What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another deck profile here on TCG University for the card game UniVersus. My name's Tam, and today I'm going to be going over James's Barrett Bryant deck. Barrett Bryant is one of the champion cards that you can earn here by playing and winning at a major, either Nationals or Worlds. And so shout outs to Barrett Bryant for winning this card and letting us all see this amazingly cool character. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the profile. All right, so this is Barrett Bryant, 1 dot. Big shout outs to him. He's got him and a bunch of cool UFS players on his card. He even signed it right here for us too. So if you haven't seen one of our profiles for UniVersus, basically here's the way that it works. As opposed to just reading you off each and every card, and telling you verbatim what it does, I'm gonna tell you why these cards are in the deck, as opposed to what the cards do. I'm telling you why they're there. And so here's the elevator pitch for Barrett. Barrett does not play very many cool attacks himself. He wants to just borrow my opponent's cool attacks. So whenever he plays a reversal, he gets to take a cool card out of your card pool and play it as his own, as a face down card. And so there's a lot of interactions happening with there, as well as he destroys a foundation, and then after a keyword ability is played, cancel it. Very similar to the new Cervantes that has come out. So, Barrett Bryant, let's jump into it. So the first thing we have to do is we have to get the most out of our reversals. And so the easiest card to play inside of Barrett is for Skull Barrier. Skull Barrier is a card that says after I block with it, I get to play it as a reversal. So I'll block, play it as the reversal, then use the top card of my deck, and then now it's a cool copy of your Missile Launcher or Coffee Somber or whatever. It also has like a 0 mid block, and so it's just an all around. It's the best card inside of Barrett, either under Death or Water. So there's that. In the exact same line of thinking, we've also got 4 Detta d'Elemento. It is another, if you use this card as a reversal, if you use this card as a block, play it as a reversal card that we have. Really, really strong. It also gives you a momentum in case your opponent's attack uses a momentum or so on and so forth. There's not a ton inside of our deck that uses momentum, but there is just enough. And so you just Detta, respond, get your momentum, respond with Barrett, kick it, play your next card. Up next, this really interesting tech. We've got one Reptile Slide underwater. Reptile Slide says that if you don't have a card in your hand, if you don't have this card in your hand, you can actually reversal with it from your discard pile by revealing 2 mid blocks from your hand, right? So most of the attacks inside of our deck are mid blocks. So maybe I block with the Skull Barrier and I want to leave the Skull Barrier in my card pool because I've got the 2 momentum. Well, then I'll just flash him 2 mid attacks and then play the Reptile Slide, and then ditch it and then make a copy of it. Very relevant. This is the card. Super relevant. As being just like this bonus. Excuse me, this bonus attack that I get to play, a bit of a discard trap, if you would. I was gonna say hand trap, but it's like a discard trap. Up next, we've got Triple Rose Whiplash. This card is just recur another block. This is one of those cards that maybe I don't actually want to Barrett Bryant away. It's just lift a reversal, so I can just lift a Skull Barrier and then make it happen. It also just gets 4/4 and gains 4 life, which is just nutty enough to like be relevant inside of it. It is super good, and if this is not better than my opponent's attack, I don't feel bad leaving it as it is. Up next, we're playing Double Calamitous Judgment, and the reason we're playing this is it's just a 3 diff reversal. A lot of times, attacks are really scary, and if your reversal doesn't kill them, I don't want to overpay trying to play it. And so this card just says that I'm not going to commit any cards. The enhance on my opponent's turn is not necessarily relevant because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be copying my opponent's deck. The relevant part is its difficulty here. Playing Triple Twirling Whiplash. This card is another one of those cards that I don't mind being itself as long as I can get the combo off, and it just gets a multiple too. It's another use for that momentum. Because even if my face down cards hit as Barrett, whenever I copied their attack, they can still go to momentum. And so if I get rid of it and copy it, it's fine. But at the same time, I don't feel bad multiple 2ing this thing out. It's a 4 mid for 4. That seems just fine to me. That seems just fine. And then our last attack is Precise Blow. This card's just really good for blocking with in general. I just want to block with the Precise Blow and then block with or reversal with whatever. It seals their attack, so it gets rid of the safe keyword, which I have to get rid of in order to play a bunch of cool stuff, as well as adds a card into their card pool so that whenever I play their cool card, it's just a little bit better. It's a little bit faster because they've got +1 progressive as they push through the rest of their deck. So that was all the attacks. As you saw, each and every attack we played was a reversal because I want to be able to get the most out of Barrett as possible. And we're going to move on to the support cards. So first and foremost, we're playing Triple Prepare to Fight. If you look, this is actually Barrett's favorite card of the entire game. If you look at his character card, they're inside of the same pose. They're doing the same thing. He's got the shadows of the people in the background here. He's got the shadows of the people here. He's got that same fighting pose. It's a really, really callback. It's got all 3 of the symbols. This is just his favorite card. And so James put this card in here at a 4 of just because 1, it's really relevant in Barrett, and 2, it's his favorite card. It's cool. Here is the end of the foundations. We're going to talk about the How Do I Kill You portion of the deck. And this is the coolest card inside of the How Do I Kill You portion. And it is Last Priestess of the Winds. Enhance your face down attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage. Barrett makes a copy of your attack and makes it face down. And so the more that I have these out, he just makes these attacks all in all better. Very, very relevant card. And then if a multiple card would be played, a card with a multiple, excuse me, just grab a momentum off the top of my deck. Super relevant, especially for the Skull Barrier plays. Up next, we're playing 4 Ridding the World of Outsiders. This card has all 3 of Barrett's symbols, and we are playing a reversal deck. You should be playing 4 of this, and every single time that you can play Barrett Bryant. Really, really good card. And then commit my next one gets, and then once it does come into play, you can flip it for another 1/1. So having +3/+3 on a singular foundation, very, very relevant. We're playing 4 Dancing Blades. This card's really cool because of the and how it interacts with Barrett, just because it says enhance, commit, flip, draw 1 card, essentially. Because of us taking and tossing the top card of our deck into our card pool in order to play our reversal, Dancing Blades just says flip, commit, add that attack that was just resolved back to our hand. And so now maybe I can block with it once again. It is a 1/5 without a block, so be careful with that, about that no block. But it's spam. It might just be relevant enough to matter. I'm playing 1 Quest for the Hero Sword. This card says that whenever I need a Skull Barrier or a Dead Elemento into my hand, I just commit flip and I just pick it back up. I think this card personally should be more of, but James made this deck, not me. It's a little editorializing. I think this card is insane in Barrett, especially if you have any ways to like ready or unflip your stuff. This card is super hyper relevant. We're playing 1 A Sun's Love. The most important part about this card, honestly, is the enhanced remove. This attack loses safe, playable while committed. There are plenty of times whenever there are plenty of good safe attacks in the game, like Moonset or so on and so forth, that my opponent is just not allowed to reversal and copy. Copying a Moonset as Barrett Bryant would be insane. It'd be so fun. And so being able to destroy this playable while committed is relevant. And the first form, draw an extra card, also pretty good. If my opponent wants a momentum, draw an extra one. I'd love to be an 8-hander. That sounds rad. Please do that for me. And then my last card in the Please Let's Kill Them More is Far Worse Places Than Hell. This does 2 things. Number 1, it says commit. It gets my attack gets a damage for each of my opponent's momentum. That's not that great, but it does say after I play an attack with the reversal keyword, whether it be my turn or your turn, I get to draw an extra card. And the way that Barrett wants to play the game, he wants to play as many foundations as he can on his turn. Block, reversal. And so if you don't have those 4 cards to hit that second reversal, because that's the one that really matters, because copying their stuff once is fine, copying 2 is going to win you the game. I got to have more cards in my hand in order to try and kill them. Onto the Please Don't Kill Me pile, the defensive or disruption piles. We've got 2 Humanities Sentry. This card is just a pocket block. I will toss this into my staging area, and then whenever I need the 3 high block, I'll just enhance and add it up to my hand. There is no cost in order to do that, so if they do cancel it, they just cancel it and enhance colon. So on the next attack, I can pick it up if I need to. There's no like commit a foundation or whatever, and so it's just a good pocket block. I think this card is very, very relevant. The more that high attacks are going to be relevant inside of the game, the more this card is good. Just pick up a block, especially with the void symbol being so significant. If only Downward Spiral wasn't a low attack. Kind of in the same vein, we've also got 4 Solemn Exorcism. This card says if I don't have a hand, I get to just draw an additional card. Barrett Bryant, in order to utilize his card at the absolute worst, if he doesn't have Skull Barriers or Dead Elementos, he runs out of cards in his hands very easily. Having to keep 3-4 cards in your hand feels not that great. And so commit to just pick up an extra block is hyper relevant. It's also a really good spam, and if they happen to be attacking with a weapon keyword, we're just going to breaker to them. Up next, we're playing 4 Reborn Human. This is the absolute best card to block with. It says every time that an attack deals damage, mine or yours, I'm going to gain a life. And then it says my reversals. This card doesn't count to play my reversals, so I'm not committing as many cards in order to play it, so my relevant foundations stay relevant. It's also a beautiful spam. Just an all-around solid card. Same thing on the block train, Syndicate Target. This is the best low block that we have inside of the game. It's a 0-6 with a 0 low block. After you play this card as a block, lose 1 vitality. Super relevant. I got 28 health. That's so much. Paying 1 life in order to guarantee block reversal kill you. That's nothing. Who cares? This is super relevant under 2 symbols under Barrett. Onto the disruption and defense, we've got 3 Manifestation. Manifestation says that after it's committed due to a cost or a stun ability, I don't think there's any cost that I can remember inside of here, but the stun ability is very, very relevant. Commit my opponent's board. I want them to stop playing cards so that I can bolster back up a defense, or whenever they try and push through my defense, I'm gonna stop and commit their cool stuff. Relevant, and it's a good 6 check. Playing Double Wear Light. It is relevant in order to like a really cool play that happened that James wanted to happen inside of the campus championship. It was as Barrett, my opponent plays a cool reversal. I take and block, play my own reversal, play a copy of their card, multiple out their card after they've multiple, and then wear light, kick their multiple. And so I get to copy their thing, do their cool thing, and then stop them from doing their cool thing. Relevant effect. The better effect on it is just, hey, there's just no more enhances. You have to pass on your next one because I picked a card that you can't play. We're playing triple Ageless and Wise. One of the easiest ways to lose as Barrett is to just not have the good resources inside of your staging area. A lot of these foundations were super, super relevant, and getting rid of those, or my opponent being able to get rid of those, is just like so detrimental that it's just going to auto lose me the game. And so keeping my foundations where they are is really solid. Ageless and Wise make sure that happens. Playing 1 God of Thunder, commit on a reversal for +2 damage, or destroy, ready a card back up. Super, super relevant. My last defensive card is Sweet Nothings. Destroy, discard a momentum. There's my last momentum out. Discard your attack from the card pool. It says this attack. Wow, I could do it on mine. I don't know why I'd want to. But my opponent can draw a card or gain 3 life. It's their choice. Neat stuff. Really cool chaos card. I like the choice. And then my last card in the deck is Act of Treason Form. Remove a reversal from my discard pile. That's every attack in my deck. Remove 1 foundation from the staging area. Maybe there's a thing that just like says, hey, my opponent can't play reversals. Hey, let's just get rid of that. And it's at form speed, which means there's not a lot of stuff to stop it. There's a couple cards, just nobody really plays them. All right, so that was James's Barrett Bryant 1-dot deck. Big shout outs to him for winning that card and letting us play with it. It's super, super rad card. Good design. If you liked the deck, make sure that you check out the matches out here on the Soul Calibur DLC playlist here on the channel, as well as looking for our Patreon, patreon.com/TCG University. Sub at the $1 level, get access to our Discord, and you can have a whole long conversation with us about your cool Barrett Bryant deck. So from all of us here at TCGU, thank you very much for watching, and stay learned.